lovely lot. Welcome back to my little channel, Sarah's Selection. Sarah here. Obviously, hope you're all well and are having a fabulous week. I have been away. Well, I've been all over the country actually, house sitting and doing other things and this, that and the other. Been very, very busy, been helping people out who haven't been very well. It's just all going on. So anyway, I have been to various charity shops over the last few weeks. I had a little bag here accumulating, and now I feel that if I don't show you now, I'm never going to show you my little charity shop haul. Do you know what I mean? It's going to go on and on, be another 7 weeks, whatever. So I've got a few bits. Not a huge haul. As you know, I don't really want to buy any crap just to show you, or stuff that I don't need, I don't think someone else will need, but I've bought stuff with purpose and function, if that makes sense. So stuff for me and my future home, and a couple of Crimbo prezzies. So yeah, I'll show you and let me know what you think. All my stuff I've bought in the Surrey and Hampshire area. So Heart Foundation, Shooting Stars Hospice, Barnardo's, Cancer Research and PDSA. So in Aldershot, Hampshire, Guildford, Surrey, Godalming, Surrey and Cranley, Surrey. So well, without further ado, I had a little joke actually. This is so bad, what type of sea creature will not donate to charity shops? A shellfish, obviously. Do you know what? I had a couple of bangers, a couple of really good jokes for you, and I've completely forgotten them. One of them was something about a lawyer. Oh, hang on, I'm going to have a go at it. So the lawyer was walking along. I feel like I'm really sweating my upper lip. Sorry, I'm just going to dab myself down. Excuse me. Oh, I've got loads of moisturiser on under here, so I'm really sweating profusely. TMI. Anyway, so there's something like this. A charity blade. You know those chuggers you get on the high street? And they have a clipboard. They're like, hello, sir. Have you ever thought about donating £3 a month to children in need? Whatever it is. So these chuggers were chugging along as they do. They cornered, three of them as they do, cornered. They what was the word? Not lured, pinpointed this lawyer. Just happened to be a lawyer. And they said, sir, how do you feel about giving £3 a month to the PDSA? It's a really bad example, but anyway. And he said, you want me to give £3 to your charity? And they said, yes. And then another bloke said, oh, how about giving money to the lifeboats, £3 a month? The other one said, how about giving £5 a month to disabled children, disability challenges, I think it's called, in Guildford. And the lawyer said, right, so my wife is in a wheelchair and she's supported by Cancer Research, and then my cousin has leukemia, so they're thinking, oh, Leukemia Trust, Leukemia UK, whatever. And he said, my uncle has a heart problem and receives heart treatment, and he's at the local hospice as well. And they go, oh wow, so you give to all these charities, you're so kind. And he goes, no, I didn't say I gave to these charities. I said these charities supported my family. So if I don't give to any of these charities because I already supported, I'm not going to give to you either. So he's tight. So it doesn't come out well. So basically, he's saying, I don't give to these charities that support my family, let alone yours. It's a really bad joke, isn't it? I think if you tell it a certain way, it's going to be a lot better. Anyway, onwards and upwards. So I can't remember where each of these things were, but I've given you the list of places I went to. So, first item. Now, I've got a piece of clothing. And I haven't tried this on. I'm not going to lie. Some things I buy and I think whether it fits or not, or it's going to be used or not, whatever happens, a bit of money's been donated. And then I've got a little item as well, so it's like a bonus, you know what I mean? I just looked at this, and you know the whole ballerina kind of vibe, well, anyway, this, so it actually has been washed. I'll turn it inside out so you can see what it looks like. I've tried this on, it does fit. It's a sort of ballerina top. Well, I think it is like a Cinderella ballerina top. You're like, what, Sarah? Cinderella? Ballerina? No. Anyway, it's this. Look, how pretty is that? You can't really see it. It's just like a little blue crop top. And I just thought the colour, I think it suits my hair and skin tone. You may think, no, it doesn't. It's a size 20. It fits perfectly. It does go above the midriff. So That, I don't know about that. I have to have high-waisted trousers and look really 80s because I ain't showing off any flesh. Even if I was slim, I don't think I want to show off that area, but I thought it was so pretty. And it is from a place called Collusion, made in Turkey. And I love the material. It's so soft and flowy and butterfly-ish. Where am I going with this? And that was £4. And I think that was Cancer Research, but don't quote me. It might have been the Heart Foundation. It's definitely in Godalming, in Surrey. The next item, oh, I'm really sweating profusely. Excuse me, I'll dab myself going quickly. Oh, my upper lip. Oh. So look, oh my gosh, look at these. These will probably be in the thumbnail, but oh, how cute are those? Look. And these, I thought, yes. And the lady said, are you going to use them as ornaments or bookends? And I was like, yes, yes, yes. I just want them. I don't care what I do with them. Even my goth cats, which I won't, I just thought, oh, they're so adorable. And I thought even if I kept one and then gave one away, which I won't actually because I really want them. And these were really expensive. These were a tenner. But I feel that if you bought these brand new, there'd be a lot more than a tenner. You'll probably go, no, Sarah, I bought some from Etsy, or I bought some from Primark or Tiger for £6.50 or £5.25 or £4.75, but they were a tenner. And it's a tenner to charity. Do you know what I mean? It's a tenner to charity, and the bonus is I get these. Or you say, get these and a tenner goes to charity. I love them. My new place, God willing, is going to be white or grey or white and grey or cream. And I want lots of mirrors, not to look at myself, just for light and all that shite. Loads of plants. I want a grey L-shaped sofa. I haven't changed. This is exactly what I want. Glass table. And then I want loads of cushions, loads of books, and not really much furniture. Maybe not even a TV. And then I do want the odd thing like this. And I like the brassy, goldy look at the moment. And I thought, oh, smiling as well. I think they're absolutely adorbs. Oh, but Argos catalogue. I don't know how that got in there. Well, obviously, Sarah, you went to Argos, or you went past Argos. Yes, I did. So that has ended up in my bag, and I've had that for about maybe a month. I thought my mascara is going everywhere. Yes, it is. Why would it not be? Basically, I've got a Lush, but I've just had a shower. Haven't washed my hair, as you can see. It's a right old mess, and I thought, oh, I'll go with it. They don't care. I had a shower, so I'm slightly sort of warm from that. One's a little bit over warm, to be honest, overheated, if you will. And then I put some Lush Snow Fairy body lotion that I found. I was like, oh, I haven't opened this, but I'm going to open my car door because I'm so hot. I put some Lush body lotion all over myself, all over my face. I slathered it on. Hope for the best. Couldn't find a face cream. Then I chucked a little bit of concealer on to get a nice sort of glowy, kind of slightly balanced look. If that makes sense. So not caked on, but a little bit of colour with a bit of blusher as well. Anyway, that can't be all I bought. Oh no. Then, so we've got the top, the cats. Look at this. It's a yin yang. If you were around in the 80s or the 90s, more 90s, if you knew films like The Craft and Scream and what's another one? I'm trying to think. Like another kind of witchy film. Isn't there another witchy film? Maybe it's just The Craft I'm thinking of. If you were around in the time of The Craft, oh my gosh. And I hear there's a remake, but the original Craft, it was all about the goth thing and the dark eyeliner, and I suppose it's called emo now. And you had like dark flowing hair and dark eye makeup and long flowing clothes and tie-dye and incense. And there was a shop in Guildford called, excuse me, I'm going to cough, called East West, and they sold incense, tiger balm, crystals, all that kind of wonderful crap. And I don't mean that in a nasty way, I mean it in an affectionate way. And this yin yang themed stuff, I mean, I just had to get this for nostalgia. Look, it's as big as my face. Bigger. Well, something's bigger than my face. Anyway, so I bought this, and this was £3. It's not actually in the best of nick. I mean, it's all right, but it's not that well made. It's basic, but I just got it for pure nostalgia. And I'm always saying this, but as you know, I walk dogs, and I like to use a bag for things. I'm really selling it well. Things like keys, poo bags, dog treats, phone. I mean, like everyone does anyway, but if you're a dog walker as well, you know. So this I thought would be really, really good for dog walking and maybe for work. I thought I might go to work in my black garb and then I might jazz it up with a pop of, not colour, but a pop of excitement with a yin yang bag. So I'd turn up and everyone would be like, wow, Sarah's pushing the boat out with something zany. I love it. I think it's awesome. So yes, that was either $3.75 or $5.75. I can't remember which. It's probably $6.75 now I've said that. No, it wasn't that much. I'm sure I got changed from a fiver. I think it was $3.75. And actually, for that, if I think about it, that's not bad. That would be more than that, wouldn't it? So, something's come on my phone. Oh, I don't know what that was. It was something on YouTube. Anyway, don't know what that was. It's reminding me cleverly of something. Then, not much more, don't worry. It's quite a small haul. As I say, I really try not to buy any crap. It's so easy to do, isn't it? You think, oh, for a video, I'll buy a few bits and I'll have a few, money will be given to charity and I'll have a few bits I can either give back to the charity shop or give away. But I don't really want loads of stuff to deal with, and so I buy stuff myself, as I've said, that are things that are useful or nice, that will get use out of, and things are presents. And the next item, good segue, is a present for a relative. And this relative is really into knickknacks and plants in particular. I'll say plants, flowers, plants. So flowers, yeah, plants and flowers. Plants and flowers. And she has a mixture of real stuff, what I call living stuff. I've got eye makeup on her again. Probably have, look at that. And then she has lots of fake faux stuff like ivy and a little sprigs of things here and there. And at Christmas, at Crimbo, she really likes sprigs of holly and ivy and like, what do you call it? Well, those red like poinsettias, like fake poinsettias, and little tiny vases or vases if you are American. Anyway, this is for her. And it needs a good clean up, but that was 50p. I was about to say 75p, but I think it was 75p down to 50p. So I think it originally was 75p, but I got this in a place called Cranley. And that, oh, where was that from? Cats Protection, something like that? I think it was. Looks lovely. And actually, down that way, it's just plain blue. I actually quite like it just plain blue like that myself. If I was going to have it, I'd just have it plain blue, but she can have it like that. Or like that. Oh, so it's very versatile, and you can chuck a little sprig of something in there. Bit dusty, but very sweet. And I'm going to be on the lookout for some vases because I like more plain vases. I like glass, if I'm honest, or acrylic, but that, I just think I really like the shape of it. So if I could find acrylic or glass in that shape, but a bit bigger, not huge, but sort of medium size, that would be wunderbar. Anyway, last but not least is a book. This is called Follow You Home, and it's by Mark Edwards. It's a thriller type book. I can't think who I compare him to. Maybe a little bit of, who's the one, tiny, not Stephen King, who is it? Who's that one who writes Shari La Pena? La Pena? I don't know if it's a Spanish name, it's a Pena? La Pena? Shari La Pena, I think she's called. She wrote The Couple Next Door, and, oh, I can't remember. It's in the vein of Gone Girl, The Couple Next Door. What else? Basically, no, I can't think of any other authors at the moment, but I'm reading a plethora, a huge selection of books at the moment. As usual, I'm reading a Shakespeare play, I'm reading poetry, I'm reading a nice bit of chick lit, a bit of trash. I'm reading Tattooist of Auschwitz, and I'm reading this as well. So I love different books for different occasions and times of the day and feelings. Anyway, in a nutshell, this is, I'll read you the blurb. It was supposed to be the trip of a lifetime, a final adventure before settling down. After a perfect start, Daniel and Laura's travels end abruptly when they are thrown off a night train in the middle of nowhere. I mean, straight away, that got me. I've been in a similar situation, not when I was thrown off, but I remember in foot and mouth time, years ago, I was travelling on a night train from Krakow in Poland to Prague in the Czech Republic. It was Czechia now. And we heard, passport, "Passport, open up!" And the guards were really scary. They came along, these armed guards, and they asked us to see our passports, and they made us get off the train on the border in the middle of the night, all of us shivering in the freezing cold in our pyjamas. The whole train had to do it. We had to walk through disinfectant. Anyway, it was all fine, all legit. We got back on the train and lived happily ever after. But anyway, listen to this. So, to find their way, this is the next bit. To find their way back to civilization, they must hike along the tracks through a forest, a haunting journey that ends in imaginable terror. Ooh. Back in London, Daniel and Laura vow never to talk about what they saw that night. But as they try to fit back into their old lives, it becomes clear that their nightmare is just beginning. Follow You Home is a chilling tale of secrets, lies, and deadly consequences from the author of #1 bestsellers, The Magpies, and Because She Loves Me. So got this a couple of weeks ago. I've just started to read it. I'm about halfway through. Really good so far. I'm trying to ration it because I know that I won't want to get to the end, but I do want to know what happens as well. So yeah, it's one of those. So I will probably do a little book review. In fact, I've got a few books that I want to talk about, and I will be doing some reviews of those, as well as some more perfume reviews. So that is it. Thank you very much for watching. I'm going to go now because the light is failing. It's falling or failing, whichever way you put it. And the camera, I think, it's a phone. It's about to fall off my rear view mirror. And the memory of my phone is really poor. It's a Google Pixel. I've had it ever since I've had this little channel. Got it in November 2022. I think that's when I made the channel then. Did a few videos. Deleted the whole lot. I thought, oh my gosh, what am I doing? 7 months later, I came back. So technically in November the 22nd, this channel's been alive for 3 years, but take away 7 months. Does that make sense? Anyway, thank you very, very much for watching. If you've got to the end of me rambling on here, there, and all round up the hills and back again, well done. Thank you very much for staying with me. If you have any suggestions, comments, or critique, any constructive criticism, anything you'd like to see in particular, any video ideas that you feel that I haven't broached that you feel could work and you'd like to see, do let me know. Anyway, take care of yourselves and of each other, and I look forward to seeing you again soon. Bye.